Yeah! Welcome to Thunder Nerds. I'm Brian Hinton.
And I'm Frederick Philip Von Weiss. And thank you for consuming the Thunder Nerds, a conversation with the people behind the technology that love what they do.
And do tech good. Boom.
Dadgum, we're doing tech. Boom.
Where are we?
Brian, we are in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, the United States of America. And we're here for the UX+DEV Summit.
We did it.
We did. We've been practicing all day. About time we got it. It is the 1, 2, 3, third year of the UX Summit. If you're not here, you are square. This place is where it's at. It's happening. It's 5 days of immersion, 5 days of work,
speakers,
4 days of workshops, and today's all speakers and a few peripheral workshops on the side. It is the place to be.
And the keynote's at 4:15. So you want this, and you're like, "What am I going to do at 4:15?" Well, you know what you can do? You can come here.
Yeah, and get high tea, get here, and it's going to be awesome. Hey, let's go ahead and talk to this gentleman. We're talking with Shane Doyle. Shane, welcome to the show.
Doyle.
Oh, Doyle, yeah. Thanks very much, guys. Yeah, I'm glad my name is down in English, because I do have an Irish name, and there's just no way you guys will be able to pronounce it. Or
really?
Yeah, when it's wrote down, you'd be like, "There's no way. There's just none." So
what is it?
It's Sean O'Dove but it doesn't.
Say it again.
Sean O'Dove.
I love that.
That's a beautiful sounding name.
Well, when it's down, it doesn't look like that. So there's a lot of UBH. Yeah, there's a lot of H's in it. So
nice.
So where are you actually from then?
Ireland.
Well, I mean, where in Ireland?
So Wexford, it's about an hour and a half south of Dublin.
Oh, okay, nice.
And they call it the sunny southeast. A guy came from South Africa and he said, "Oh, this is meant to be the Miami of Ireland." And it's like,
I don't know about
if you can call it that.
Miami, Ireland, don't go together.
Yeah, it's funny. Dublin's really a big tech hub lately. It's been blown up.
Yeah, you got down by the docks, you got Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter,
really?
All headquarters, all based in Dublin. We just don't have enough people to staff the jobs. It's just crazy. So
okay,
come on.
Yeah, all right. I know where I'm going.
It's the weather here is awesome. And
I don't know. It's cooler there, right?
See,
it is cooler. Yeah.
Shane, maybe the grass is always greener because Brian and I, we both love the cold, and I'm a brick oven all the time. So that sounds great.
Yeah. So, but what's cool in Ireland is it started off in Dublin, and now the tech is starting to go around the country. So I'm in a small town called Waterford. Well, I'm from Wexford, and there's another tech hub kind of there, a couple of tech companies. And in Waterford, it's only about 50,000 people, but there's loads of startups.
Oh, that's amazing.
Scene. Yeah, so
that's
it's cool.
awesome.
It's going right across. And you got loads of kind of and product guys and the works, and everyone's wanting to share. So it's cool to come over and see it happening here as well. So it's excellent.
So I'm always curious because my grandfather's from Ireland and was actually in the Irish military as a medic. So I've never been there. I want to go there, but I'm curious. Do you speak Gaelic at all, or know any Gaelic?
Yeah, I know some.
You know some?
Yeah.
Does everyone kind of know a little bit?
Yeah. So
I know it's a dying language, which makes me sad. But
only in the Gael talk. So that's where the Irish speaking, just purely Irish speaking. It's growing there. But there's been a kind of revival of it. But people can speak some because you're taught some in school.
Yeah.
So when I was given my name, that was my name, Osquelga.
That's Gaelic?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. That's interesting.
So you can you have your name Osquelga. That's what we call it in Irish, and Osquella in English. But so we wouldn't the part where I'm from, is probably 100 years or even 200 years.
Yeah.
And there used to be another language there called Yola, which was a mixture of Gaelic, French, and English.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yeah, Yola. Yeah. So that died about 100 years ago. And
that's interesting.
Yeah, and in the area we say kind of words from that language. We say the word some or the word queer. That means very.
Yeah.
So we'd be me and my wife, she's over here as well. We'd be oh, it's queer hot. Yeah. It's very hot.
Yeah.
So there's those kind of words that we use kind of daily that just doesn't translate.
Yeah.
Or it's kind of interesting because you have phrases you say in Irish.
Yeah.
I might say, "Oh, how are you?" And I don't actually mean how are you. I'm actually saying hello.
Yeah.
I don't want a response. And sometimes when you meet someone that's not from Ireland, they're like, "Oh, I didn't tell you who I am." Yeah. So you woke up, how are you? And they're like, "I'm good, thank you." And you just walk on.
So when did you come over to the States?
I came over on Sunday for a workshop I was doing on Monday.
But I'm sorry. Let me rephrase then. So do you still live in Ireland?
Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
In Ireland. Yeah.
So it's like a little vacation for you too.
It's like, yeah, first time in Miami. Like the guys got in touch. They were like, "You come over?"
I'm impressed that you're not burned. It's good.
I am somewhat. Like this is a tan, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. You got a little bit going on.
I came in. The guys are like, "Look at you getting tan." I was like, "Yeah, I know. I'm trying my best."
That's awesome.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, so, you know, my wife, she tans good, like really nice tan. And because sometimes we go to Spain, like they think she's Spanish, and she's like, they're saying stuff to her, and she's like, "What? I don't understand." But me, they know exactly where.
So let me know. So what is your job title?
Yeah, so my job title is like, so I'm a product development and UX design consultant. So basically, like day to day.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah. So basically, I'm a UX designer on my day to day.
Yeah.
That's my probably 90% of my role. But because I have a history in product management, the guys were like, "No, we want you to do a little bit of."
Guess what you're doing?
Yeah, every now and then, we want you to tell people how to do stuff. So I'm like, okay, it's kind of cool. So yeah, I work for a company called Threefold Systems. Basically, we're a software development and design agency.
All right.
But we work for like a bigger company called the Agora.
Oh yeah.
And we sell out our services to them.
Nice.
So we work for all the companies in there. So it's cool. Like you're working with a wide variety of different companies. So it's cool. So I came in as like their first consultant in this kind of role. Because we want to, like, we see value in it. Yeah. We want to get like bigger and bigger. And the guys were like, "You've got product history." Yeah. So jump back in time. Yeah. I was like product owner for like a big, huge app in Ireland called Doyle. And I was kind of chatting to the guys earlier about this. It's kind of like Craigslist.
Oh, okay.
But huge. No, I mean like huge.
Really? So done deal's like big.
It is big.
Is it just Ireland though?
Just Ireland, yeah. So like when you go to someone, you say, "Do you use the internet?" And they'd be like, "No, never." And you go, "Do you use done deal?" But yeah, every day. Yeah, so it is big. And then I moved from there. I was there for about 4.5 years, moved from there, and I became like head of product and design at a startup called Scurry. And they make e-commerce simple for merchants online. So basically it's all to do with labels and shipments and stuff like this. And then I was like, yeah, okay, I want to get back into like doing UX and UI design, just focus on that. So I went freelancing, and then these guys, Threefold, came to me. They kind of came to me, were like, I was like, "Who are these guys? I don't know much." Yeah, come on down for a call and meet, chat with us. And I was like, okay,
sure.
And I said to my wife, I goes, "This is probably gonna be a waste of time."
But then they set the table with a bag of money.
Yeah, they're like,
"Hey."
I was like, "I can't be bought."
And then they set another bag.
Yes, I can.
But I went down and it was like in this old mansion.
Oh,
so yeah, so it was cool. But when I walked in, it was like everything was like super modern. I was like, how can I have
Black Mirror, that one.
It's like, I haven't heard about these guys, but like they were like, "Yeah, we're part of the Agora. We're multi-million."
The Agora.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The ancient Greek marketplace. You're like, whoa,
what have I gotten into?
Yeah.
Their first job is to kill this joke.
Yeah. How much you love the company.
Yeah, Jesus.
So I was like just blown out, man. I was like, what these guys, it's kind of like got the startup feel, but you've got tons of money behind you.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, going home to my wife, and I'm like, what's in my pocket? I know my wife, and she's like, "How was it?" And I was like, "It was amazing."
Wow.
But I played it cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so yeah, it's been interesting. We're throughout the kind of the company as a whole, we're trying to bring across UX design in a company that probably in the past didn't care about UX design.
In Agora or in
the Agora, yeah. Okay. So we're going to other companies and say, "Look, come on, start looking at this stuff. Start making people happy." They're like, "But we're making so much money." It's like, well, we can make more money. We can make people
people spend more.
Yeah. So it's been really, really interesting.
And I think that's kind of lends to your talk, my UX guide to creating awesome apps.
Yeah. So kind of like that talk was kind of, I gave the guys if everyone there was kind of like, I talked about my experience in Done Deal. So when I arrived in Done Deal, we spent months developing a new version of our app. It was meant to be the best thing ever. And what happened? We didn't user test it properly. We didn't do proper user research. Like we just didn't do it. Like we just ignored it, and it just nosedived. You know?
Yeah.
We had people saying, "Sack the developer, sack the person over." I was the person over, so I was like, "Oh my god." It was okay when it was the developers, but I kind of told about like the story and like how we turned a 2-star app that was failing into 5-star apps that became award-winning apps that had millions of people downloading it. And like the first thing was put up our hand and we said, look,
we failed
big time. Let's stop ignoring it. Because we were there saying, you know, users are not using it right. We don't have the money to test, you know. User testing is expensive. It's too time consuming. We know exactly what to do. It's like, no, we don't. It shows. So yeah, we put our hand up, then we started really listening to users, getting out there, hearing their story, why they're using our product, how the update we did impacts their life.
Yeah.
And you know, there was a guy who, like I said, like Done Deal is big, right? So most of the time you don't need to tell someone you work for Done Deal. But if you do, you're
they just know you.
Wow,
you're like rock star. But like you could be in a cafe or a restaurant and you
over a tattoo for Done Deal on your arm?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Someday.
They brand you.
It's like, where's your brand? They brand you and give you a number.
You kill the go. You're in.
Yeah, I'm 725. But what we did is, we got out there, listened to users. And I remember like in a cafe one day, just chatting to this guy, and he was telling me like how he was after using Done Deal to buy a laptop because he was starting a new job. So he bought a secondhand one on Done Deal, and only for Done Deal, he wouldn't have been able to get the job.
Wow.
And you're kind of listening to stories like that. You know, it's so interesting. You kind of find out, God, yes, there's the pain points. There's where he's trying to provide for a family, and we're the people helping him. It's like, whoa, that's awesome.
I hope that case study's on the Done Deal website.
I don't think it is. I'm not too sure, but maybe it could be. So then we started testing. You know, we started really user testing. We could walk out the door of our office, walk up to someone, ask them, "Do you use Done Deal?" 90% chance they say yes.
So what would you say is the success rate of this crossing over to other cultures, countries?
Like it's interesting because I'm not too sure. Like culture-wise, if understanding your users crosses any barriers, you know, really understanding them. So
which makes sense. Yeah.
And then building a lot of the stuff that I talked about today can be applied to any culture. And it's not, because I try to keep it away. And I said to the guys as well, like some of this may not work for you. Don't blindly follow it.
Yeah.
You know, if such a pattern,
critical thinking.
Yeah, if such a pattern, like I kind of talk about navigation and stuff like this. Like if something doesn't work, don't be like, oh, Shane said it worked, so we have to do it.
I mean, that's what I'm gonna say.
We have to do it.
You have to do it. You heard it. You heard it, man.
It's the best way to do it.
Yeah. So, because we blindly followed things in the past, we said such and such person said it, but it didn't apply to us. But if you really listen to what they're saying, they're on about understanding your users. That applies to everyone.
Yeah.
Because it was interesting. I was in on, I think it was Mike's talk earlier. We was on about cup holders. He's saying, "Oh, we're getting more cup holders," and I was like, "That's not a thing in Ireland." It was like, no.
I actually don't like it.
Yeah, it's like,
I like them.
Do you?
Yeah.
How many? How many's too many?
Three.
3? Maybe I only use 1. Maybe
3 per household.
Per person or just per household?
Per household.
Okay.
Anything over that's chaos.
Yeah, the world will go into this
I
order.
honestly don't have any couple.
Yeah, so it's like interesting, like listening to that because there's huge cultural differences. But yeah, it's like so one part it was telling that story, and then the other part is like just going through the basics. You know, just like some apps they don't follow the basics. Like an app should just always work. Why do apps not always work? Like, oh, it doesn't work when you're offline, so the app will crash. That's because we're offline. So should work.
Yeah.
Yeah, some aspect of it should.
Yeah,
still work.
aspect of it should work. Or like, oh, I can't get help when I'm poor cell coverage. You're like, isn't that the time when they need help?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you convert down to like 2G?
Yeah, exactly. And you know,
Or have local help.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or even like kind of the stuff like, you know, you open up apps and you look at them these days and it's like, oh, just bland. It looks like every other app. And you're like, why do you not use your branding? It's like, well, Material told us not to. And you're going, no, actually, it didn't.
They just updated to give you no excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like how a lot of apps are switching to Google, especially seems to be driving that, switching to having a bottom nav.
Yeah.
Because that never made sense to have navigation at the top. Well, maybe like for the 4S.
Sure.
Or, but like even then it didn't, because you still had to reach up, and there's a lot of like simple things like that.
There's so many studies about that with the thumb and all that.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, what are some of the actionable takeaways from the talk? What should people be taking away from this?
Yeah. So one, I would say like the main start to measure how your app is performing.
Okay.
So with some sort of analytics, and I kind of ran through tools, but there's so many tools.
Yeah, there's a number of tools. Just as long as you're doing it.
As long as you're doing it, it's better than not doing it.
Okay.
And then pick like key goals. Like what? Like I often get some clients and they go, "We want an app," and I go, "Why do you want an app?" I don't know. You go, are you serious? Just go like, what's your app meant to do?
Yeah.
Like, on a basic level, what's it meant to do? And I go, oh, there's a goal, there's a task. Measure that. Make sure they can do it really easy. Make sure you can do that better than your competitors. You're onto a winner straight away then.
Yeah.
So I think like that, and that goes back to analytics. You know, metrics, analytics. Yeah. Like you get some people and they go, oh, it's so daunting about analytics. Just pick one thing better than zero, you know?
Absolutely.
Take that and start measuring against real users. Get out there and talk to them. And I suppose the big thing is you are not your users. As much as you think you are not them. We used to test some stuff, and like I'll give you a good example. We had in Doyle, so you're at the buy cars, secondhand cars, and we wanted to take over like the kind of the dealers. We want to get all the dealers on board, show off new cars. You can buy brand new cars on Doyle. You don't need to go to your forecourt. You can go to Doyle to find them.
That's great.
Yeah.
So we wanted to emphasize new cars. We had this banner on our listings that kind of said over a car if it was a new car. And we said, yeah, easy peasy. Everyone's going to see it. It took us about 10 minutes to design it up. And
no one saw it.
and we went there and we said we test it. We test it inside, and everyone's seen it. Like everyone across the building in the office. They're like, yeah, it's so obvious. We went outside. No one's seen it. Zero seen it. They were like, yeah. We were like, how would you pick out the new car on the list? We had 4 new cars in the list of 10.
Yeah.
And they're like, I don't know, maybe the picture. Yeah, this looks like a new car, and they're kind of looking at the bodywork.
That's funny. That's funny. That's interesting.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, yeah, you're not your users, you know.
Yeah,
that would have been a success in the office. Yeah, we all knew it. We went outside and it wasn't. Would have taken a week to develop, and then we would have released them. Wondered why are people not realizing we have new cars?
So what did you guys change, just out of curiosity?
What we realized was that people actually look at a couple of things. So it was like the year. The mileage.
Okay.
Mileage, yeah, year mileage. Very
year
important.
mileage and photo. The photo is key. So we kind of did a kind of idea that was like, we kind of styled them slightly different, and on the photo we had like that was a new car kind of branded onto it. And users actually seen it.
See? Yeah.
I like it.
You know, so but that wasn't our first option. Yeah. Yeah, it was
wow.
No one else in the team did it. I was like, yeah, you should do this. That other one sucks.
Well, you can't spell team without shame.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Fact. And that brings me on to my next topic. And it was like dropping the ego. That was a big thing. We just like like if your design fails, you're not your design.
Yeah.
You know, that was a big thing with us. We were like, no, don't say anything bad about my design. It's precious. But
my precious.
Yeah, my precious. Don't you dare say anything. And if you do, get out. Yeah, it was like we dropped the ego. We said, look, we're going to have an open mindset. We don't know if this stuff's going to work, but we're willing to learn.
Yeah.
And
that's such a key point. Ego.
Ego, yeah. And so it's like we had at all stages, and as well we wanted to drop the ego in terms of we'd ask more people in the organization to be included, you know, in solving problems. So in the past we say, oh no, it has to be designers and the product person. The rest, what would they know? You know? But then we include them, and actually some of the best ideas for solving problems came from people who weren't in the design or the product team.
Yeah, there you go. Different set of eyes.
Yeah, different set of eyes, or we
different set of priorities too. Yeah,
yeah, and including developers, because we included developers early.
Wait, what? I'm just kidding.
Oh man, I know. I've crossed. Get out. Because we had this problem where like we'd spend ages coming up with a feature, solve a problem thing. We'd go to developer, boom, build this, please. And they're like, what?
Really? That's how it works? I don't know how that works.
And they're like, oh, this isn't going to work. And you're like, oh, well, make it.
Yeah. That's your problem.
Yeah, that's your problem. And I was just like, you're butting heads. And then like when we started to include them, it's like the same feature. You could come over and they'd be like, yeah, cool. Can't wait to do it.
Yeah, they have ownership of it as well.
Yeah, ownership. Yeah, it's like positive. Just keeping like kind of, I suppose it's keeping this kind of learning mentality.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Just open your mind and just say, look, right, this is the feature as is. We think it'll work, but maybe it won't. And if it doesn't, we'll pivot. We'll make something that will, you know. And it's like kind of that lean approach of fail quick and often, but decide as late as possible. And I think when people hear decide as late as possible, they're like, no, I don't want to do that. We'll waste money. It's like, no, actually, we're going to do small things, learn loads, and make money quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be pouring in. Like
it's going to be pouring in. We're going to be like just going in, just, you know.
Just drop it down.
Yeah.
Drop it down.
Yeah. So, and then I just wanted to kind of get like across, get overwhelmed with which tool is best. Use a tool. If it doesn't work, use another tool.
Yeah, there's a ton out there. What's ever best for you?
Yeah, exactly. And people say, oh, what should I use for this? Well, whatever works for you and your team.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's better to have a tool that works for a team and people are happy rather than a process where everyone is unhappy and we're like, no, we got to stick by the process. We got to use this tool.
Yeah. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah. So let's see what else. I'm putting too much on them to remember. The whole thing is learning. That's really what I want to get across on.
Yeah.
I wanted to tell the story of learning.
Mm-hmm.
Of like how when we didn't have an open mind, and we spent a year building something. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot of money.
It's a lot of investment, a lot of time in all parties.
And then for it to just nosedive, you're like, ooh.
Yeah.
But it's been such a great learning, you know. And the thing, like if you open up your mind to learning, like possibilities are endless, I think.
Yeah. Well said.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're going to have to end on that note because we're right about out of time. But I'd love to get you back on the show, do a full hour with you, and talk more about it.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Anytime at all. It'd be great. It's been absolutely fun.
All right, and how can people get a hold of you? You have a website, you have Twitter.
Yeah, so LOXicano is my Twitter handle. Also my Medium handle, my Dribble handle. Search LOXicano. That's the easiest way. Or go to shanedoyle.io.
All right, excellent. Yeah, and we'll put a link to that in the show notes. Thank you so much, Shane.
Yeah.
Great
guys.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Really appreciate you having on the show, and we'll reach back out to you. Thanks, everybody.